Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video. So I just wrapped up my FUT Champs games, and I think I went to 2 or 3 shootouts, and I realized how important penalty shootouts are in FUT Champions. They can make the difference between getting Gold 3 and Gold 2, Gold 1 and Elite 3. Those couple games can make a big difference in terms of your final ranking. So it is crucial to win as many shootouts as you possibly can. I consider myself a pretty good penalty taker. I win, I would say, like 70 to 80% of my shootouts, which I think is pretty good because typically you think shootouts are a flip of a coin, 50-50, it's all chance. But I think there is a lot of strategy and a lot of mind games that go on with shootouts. And doing certain tricks and certain techniques can give you definitely a better edge and help you get above 50% and bump it up to 70-80% and ultimately move up ranks in FUT Champs to become a better player. So I'm going to be showing you 2 of my shootouts. One of them is going to be showing you how to score penalties, and the other one's going to be showing you how to save penalties. I'm going to give you a few tips and techniques. Ultimately, you're going to get better. I'm a Division 1 player. I pretty much get I'm a Division 1 player in Rivals. I get Elite in FUT Champs. I do these all the time in shootouts, no matter who I'm playing against, and they work almost all the time. I win almost all my shootouts, so just follow these tips and you'll be golden. Before we get into that though, if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe. I appreciate it greatly. And also follow me on Twitch. It is Twitch.com/Mike_Moraski. The link is in the description for that one. So follow me there, subscribe, and let's get into it. Okay, so here's our first shootout. Kind of ironic, I'm showing you how to score penalties, and my first attempt here, I end up banging off the crossbar. But they put Boateng first. I don't know why they do that. They always put my center backs first, and they screw me. I only missed that because it was Boateng. But here we go. You see, we're up next with, I believe it's Mbappe. And you're probably wondering, why am I aiming it in the top corner? As you can see, the keeper can see your eyes. So he's like, oh, obviously, why would you go that way? He knows you're going that way. But guess what? It doesn't matter. If you put it in the top corner, the keeper's got no shot of saving it. Especially if you green it like I did that. If you time it right and get a green, the keeper has 0 chance of saving it. So you see, I'll do it again here with Modric. I aim it in the top corner probably 90% of the time. I put like 1.5, 2 bars of power on it, and I try to aim it green. If you do all that, the keeper will not save it unless he cheats that way. You'll see a few examples of that. But you see Coman again. He cheats a little bit. Coman, I go in the top corner, I green it. Even if he cheats, I still score it. I'm not complaining though. Here you see a little head movement from him. We're watching the head movement. And saved by Neuer. I can see he's going that way. I'll show you later on how to tell that stuff. And what's going on with the head movements. I'll go into more depth on that. Next one up though, Lewandowski, top corner. Again, I'm telling you, man, all you gotta do is to score penalties is just put it in the top corner. Get a little bit of power on it, aim it right in the top corner, and learn how to time it. That's all you gotta do. All you gotta do. And this one, and then the mind games come and play too. So now he knows I'm going that way. I've done it four or 5 times in a row now. He knows I'm going that way, and that's when you go the other way. So 2 things came into play here. First, it's a bit of mind games where I know he's gonna cheat that way, so I'm gonna trick him and go the other way. But second, you see, he cheated before I kicked the ball. So if you have good reactions, what you can do is when you're aiming in the top corner and you see the keeper cheat a little bit that way, what you can do is kind of go the other way right before you kick the ball and adjust your shot. That's a little advanced, but if you can get away with that, that's absolutely amazing. Next one up, Kimmich though, top corner. We're aiming for it again. And about 1 bar of power, we green it. He goes the right way and still misses. Like, it doesn't matter. We're gonna score them. Next up, we're going how to save penalties. I told you to go into more depth on the head movements here. Here you can see is an example of the guy looking straight. And then the contrast here next, we have an example of looking right. Okay? So pretty much before you shoot the ball, wherever you're aiming, your guy's gonna tilt his head a little bit. So if you can watch that, you can read where the guy's going. And here's a little example of that in real time. Mbappe, You see, as I move my cursor around, he's kind of moving his head a little bit, and then I finally, when I shoot it, it changes. So here we go. Next one up. This one I'm gonna give you a little bit of techniques that has save penalties. First, again, Boateng first. I don't know why they do this. Why can't I pick my order? You see, I saw he was going right there. I cheat a little bit. We get the save. So the same thing. We gotta read their eyes. Look at before they shoot. Always look at their head and their eyes. See which way they're looking and adjust accordingly. Next one up. There we go. We slot it in, but it's not about this. It's about saving. And so this one's crucial right here. You see, watch it back, and you see how I cheated a little bit right before he kicked it. Right before. You want to get it as close to when he kicks it as possible. Go a little one way, and what you want to do is you want to dive the other way. Because what that does is it covers the middle and the other side of the goal instead of just one area. So you have the best chance of saving it if you do that. Because pretty much, if you're diving that way, if he kicks it that way, you're going to save it. If he kicks it in the middle, you're coming across that, so you're going to save it. So you want to cheat just before he kicks it and then go that way. Next one up. And then, see, we did the same thing again, but we ended up going the wrong way. A bit unfortunate to us there. And then I believe this is the last penalty for us. And you know what we always do? We aim in the top corner and we slot it home and we win the shootout again. So we won both those shootouts right there. We typically, I would say any weekend, you're going to have at least 2 to 3 shootouts, depending on the weekend, sometimes more, sometimes less. It's crucial if you can get the wins in the shootouts to move up in foot champs. So pretty much, I'm just going to give you a brief rundown. What you got to do, shooting, typically always aim for the top corner. Typically always do that. Try to hit green timing. And then after that, what you want to do is if you see he's cheating that way, or if you know he's going to dive that way, what you can do is aim that way, give him the eyes, and then go the other way. That'll get them most of the time. And then in terms of saving penalties, what you want to do is always try to be reading the attacker's eyes. Look where he's looking before he shoots the ball. And then what you want to do is see what his patterns are if he tries. So, for example, some players will always look one way, go the other way. So you got to kind of feel out what your opponent's doing, and because a lot of people are repetitive, they do the same thing over and over again. But the main thing though is right before he shoots, you want to take half a step one way and dive the other way, because when you do that, you cover the middle of the goal and you cover the side of the goal. Obviously, if he hits it, tucks it in the corner, your keeper isn't going to be able to cover all that ground. But if it's a penalty just a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, your keeper will save it. So anyway, that's what works for me. I kind of ruined my magic here a little bit by giving you a bit of my secrets. So hopefully it doesn't come back to bite me and I don't play you guys in foot champs and go to a shootout, because then that would be unfortunate. If you want more of these tips, make sure you drop a like. I'm going to put out a few more of these in the coming weeks. Different stuff, defending, finishing, stuff like that. So if you're new around here, subscribe, like. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.